Ilara, a wisp of a child with eyes that held the vastness of a nebula, had always been different. Words weren't necessary for her. She heard thoughts, felt emotions raw and unfiltered, a cacophony of consciousness that both burdened and fascinated her. At 10, she was already a seasoned navigator of the mental landscape, a silent observer in a world that remained oblivious to her gift. Her telepathy had always been a secret, a carefully guarded burden. Children screamed when she knew their fears, adults recoiled from her unwavering gaze. But tonight, the wall had crumbled. A blinding flash of light, a dizzying sensation of displacement, and then silence. A silence unlike any she had ever experienced. No stray thoughts, no buzzing anxieties, no echo of human consciousness, just nothing. Ilara found herself in a city unlike any she could have imagined. Buildings of shimmering crystal rose towards a sky perpetually bathed in twilight. Rivers of liquid light flowed through the streets, illuminating faces that were ageless, serene, and empty. These beings possessed minds that were like polished mirrors, reflecting only the surface, holding no discernible thoughts or emotions for her to grasp. She soon learned this was Elysium, a hidden city built millennia ago by a race of immortals known as the Ethel. They had retreated from the world of humans, seeking refuge from the ravages of time and the chaos of mortal emotions. Here, within the protective shield of their ancient technology, they had achieved a state of perpetual youth, their minds honed to a state of perfect stillness. Lyra, unlike the others, seemed curious. She saw Ilara not as an anomaly, but as a puzzle. Lyra, despite the Ethel's mental discipline, radiated a faint flicker of curiosity, the only one Ilara could remotely hear. Lyra took Ilara under her wing, explaining the history of Elysium and the Ethel's philosophy of detachment. "We sought to transcend the limitations of mortality, child," Lyra explained, her voice like the chime of distant bells. "To achieve a state of perfect being, free from the turmoil of emotions and the decay of time." But Ilara sensed a lie, a carefully constructed narrative that masked a deeper truth. The Ethel were not at peace. There was a subtle undercurrent of unease, a silent tension that permeated the city. She sensed it in the way their eyes flickered, in the almost imperceptible tremors that ran through their hands. They were not content, they were trapped. Lyra introduced Ilara to the Council of Elders, the governing body of Elysium, ancient beings whose faces were like masks carved from stone. They studied Ilara with detached interest, their minds impenetrable. However, Ilara's arrival coincided with a series of disturbing events. The city's protective shield, which had stood for millennia, began to flicker. The rivers of light dimmed, casting long, ominous shadows, and, most disturbingly, the Ethel began to experience dreams vivid, unsettling visions that shattered their carefully constructed mental barriers. The dreams were fragmented, chaotic, filled with images of a forgotten past. A time before Elysium, when the Ethel were still mortal, still human. The council, in a rare display of concern, tasked Lyra with investigating the cause of the disturbances. Lyra, in turn, sought Ilara's help. She believed that Ilara's telepathic abilities, though considered primitive, might be the key to unlocking the mystery. "Your gift is unique, Ilara," Lyra said, her eyes filled with a newfound urgency. "You can perceive what we cannot. You can see through the masks we have created. You may be the only one who can save us." Together, Lyra and Ilara embarked on a perilous quest to uncover the truth behind the city's unraveling. They discovered that the Ethel's immortality was not a natural state, but a carefully engineered process, sustained by a powerful artifact known as the Heart of Elysium. The heart, they learned, was not merely a source of power, it was a repository of the Ethel's collective memories, emotions, and experiences. It was the source of their immortality, but also the key to their humanity. The betrayal that haunted their dreams was the sacrifice of their emotions, the conscious decision to sever themselves from the joys and sorrows that made them human. The suppression of emotions, the constant striving for mental stillness, had taken its toll. The dreams were a sign that the repressed emotions were beginning to surface, threatening to overwhelm the Ethel and shatter their carefully constructed reality. Their investigation led them to a hidden chamber beneath the city, a place of darkness and forgotten secrets. There, they found the original heart of Elysium, a pulsating crystal that radiated immense power. But the crystal was cracked, its light dimming. The shadow attacked, its form shifting and swirling, its voice a chorus of anguished screams. Lyra fought bravely, wielding her energy weapons with skill and precision. But the shadow was too powerful, fueled by centuries of suppressed emotions. Ilara, despite her fear, realized that she was the only one who could stop the shadow. She reached out with her mind, not to attack, but to connect. She delved into the shadow's consciousness, embracing its pain, its sorrow, its rage. She showed it compassion, understanding, and acceptance. It had never encountered such empathy, such unconditional acceptance. It had only known suppression and denial. Ilara showed it the memories of joy, love, and laughter that the Ethel had tried to bury. She showed it the beauty of the human experience, the value of emotions, both good and bad. Slowly, the shadow began to dissipate, its form dissolving into motes of light. The original heart of Elysium pulsed with renewed energy, its light filling the chamber. The connection Ilara forged had purged the negativity, and in doing so, it had shown her how to heal the fractured crystal. As the chamber filled with light, the Ethel across the city experienced a profound shift. Their minds, long dormant, began to awaken. They felt emotions for the first time in centuries: joy, sorrow, love, fear. The city, once sterile and lifeless, began to thrum with a newfound energy. The Council of Elders, humbled by Ilara's actions, acknowledged their mistake. They realized that true enlightenment was not the absence of emotions, but the acceptance and integration of them. They voted to dismantle the protective shield and rejoin the world of humans, to share their knowledge and wisdom, and to learn from the experiences of others. She had shown the Ethel the path to true humanity, the path to a future where emotions and immortality could coexist. Lyra, now fully awakened, embraced Ilara with tears in her eyes. "You have saved us, child," she said. "You have shown us the way home." Ilara remained in Elysium for a time, helping the Ethel adjust to their newfound emotions. She taught them about love, loss, and everything in between. She helped them build bridges with the human world, sharing their knowledge and resources. She had found her place, her purpose, in a city of immortals who had rediscovered their humanity.